Tudo bem?
Welcome to episode 2 of Lore and Rachel Prattles.
Otherwise known as LARP.
Yes, otherwise known as LARP.
Which makes me happy.
Alright, so today we have very exciting things to talk about. We're going to be discussing the Marlise Munoz case down in Texas.
We're sorry if we mispronounce the name.
Yes, sorry about that. We're going to talk about a woman who was none too good at her job. She's also none too fond of birth control. Alright, so if you hadn't guessed from that, I'm talking about the nun who gave birth.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they might not get the jokes until I tell them what it is. Yeah. Anyways, and then the third topic is this little short feature that I decided that I wanted us to do called A Moderate Introduction to Fundamentalism. Because not a lot of people recognize the cray-cray out there. I can't see you. There is a feedback going on. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, but you're so vain, I figured you wouldn't pay attention to me.
Oh, no. I know the song's about me. So, alright, so first topic. The Texas case. Marlise Munoz has... Okay, should I just start with the beginning, or should I talk about the latest development?
Let's talk about it from the beginning.
Alright, so down in Texas, there was a pregnant woman who lapsed into a brain-dead state late last year. She had stated, and her husband wanted her removed from life support, which normally would be followed, except she was pregnant. She was about 14 weeks when she came into the hospital. And so, even though she was brain dead, because of the Texas law that says that they have to give life-saving treatment for as long as possible, and because there's a fetus inside of her, the hospital denied removing Marlise from life support to give the fetus a chance. Now, this is a problem because I don't know what they were expecting to happen with the fetus growing inside of a dead body. I mean, she was dead. She was dead. Her brain was not functioning.
Like creepy mad scientist shit right there?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Now, a lot of people might consider this to be a discussion about abortion.
No.
But it's really not, because she was not alive. She was not a pregnant woman anymore.
To quote one of my favorite movies, let me explain. No, it's too much. Let me sum up. Basically, she was growing her child inside of her dead body, and they were not allowing the husband to take her off life support, which would have been her wish, because she's pregnant and it's Texas, which automatically means that it's just effed up.
Yeah. Well, finally, there has been a court order to remove her from life support, so they can finally lay her to rest, which is good. Now, this is after they did scans on the fetus that's about 23, 24 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fetus was not delivered, but they had done scans which showed that even at that development, its lower body was so deformed they could not determine the sex of the baby. And that they also determined that it had water in its brain, which can cause mental disabilities, could even kill the fetus before it's born, or it could die later in life. And I'm not even sure, I guess they would, if they had decided to deliver the child once it was viable outside the body, they would have to have done a cesarean, because I don't think contractions would work in a dead body.
No, because it's a dead body.
Because it's a dead body. That's the thing. They were expecting this child to be able... Or I don't know about expect.
So let's put it in perspective. Basically, a dead woman's body, only via life support, was continuing to try and grow a child for 9 weeks.
Yeah.
After she was dead. And,
I mean, this is a body that was probably getting ready to go through certain states of decay, of shutdown.
Were it not for the life support.
Were it not for the life support. And So, I mean, it's terrible. You have to think about the husband who had already accepted the loss of his wife and child, the family involved. So I am very happy that she has finally been removed. I want to express my condolences to the family because this could not have been an easy time. This had to be very traumatizing. So we give your condolences. I want to give you my condolences. I'm so sorry they had to go through this process.
I agree with that. I want to give my condolences also from the moderate standpoint. Even somebody who is actually adopted, so is very, very anti-abortion when it comes to that, just personally, all other religious issues aside, that still doesn't mean you grow a baby inside a dead woman. That's a little too far. That's too much of us playing God, and I don't like it.
And I just don't think we have the... I just think that it's a crime against a woman's body to do it as well.
Well, yeah, there's that. And then there's the fact, I mean, if you want to give them at least my moderate perspective and opinion on it, the only zombie I ever want to see is Jesus Christ.
Vampire Slayer.
Yes.
The Lich King. Okay, so that was that one, and it's just heartbreaking. This was a very heartbreaking case, and probably not really an easy one to talk about for a lot of people. There were, according to the news story, and we will provide the links to the news stories as well, both of the ones
down
I
there.
have pulled up. Yes, we'll put it in the description.
Also, feel free to leave comments and subscribe. We'd love that.
Yes,
shameless
ask
plug,
us
shameless
questions.
plug.
Ask questions, please.
Scream at us. We'll take that too. We might even read them later just because they would amuse us.
We love the pain, baby. So...
Well, you've got 2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes to talk about it.
To go on your ramble about crazy Texas laws.
Crazy Texas law, I think... Well, Texas is just heavy on the Christian crazy. But I think there's a lot of...
Correction. Texas is heavy on the crazy Protestant Christian.
Okay. Well, I imagine that Catholicism is pretty heavy down there, too.
Yes, but you're talking about...
But
you're talking about...
There's a lot of cray-cray going on.
And you're talking about
there,
your Texas Catholic population being mostly Latin American.
Can get access to guns at like 6 years old, which no 6-year-old needs a gun.
I had a gun at 6.
You didn't. No one needs a gun at 6.
I had a gun at 6. It was a .22. I shot squirrels with it.
That's just...
But my mom bought it for me. My dad hates guns. I just want to make sure that I make that very clear. My mama is a good old country girl, and my dad is a nerd. That is why I'm this.
I don't think that's appropriate. That's just not appropriate, Lore.
Yeah, but squirrel stew is yummy.
My dad actually got that when we first moved to Missouri. Our neighbor gave us squirrel stew.
How can you eat yourself like that, Rachel?
I didn't eat it. I didn't eat it. My dad did.
That's like cannibalism. You are a squirrel.
I didn't eat it. I refused to. My dad did, though.
We should probably point out that Rachel is a squirrel.
I often use squirrel pictures as my profile pictures because squirrels are adorable, especially in like tiny hats.
And because she really does like to chew on nuts. Sorry, I'm more awake this time than last time.
You are more awake. You sassy girl.
Well, you know. Also, another shameless plug, Bruce Fairy Designs. You can buy my shirt. If you like roller derby at all, she has some great shirt. Bruce Fairy Designs.
I like ninjas.
Good for you. Okay, moving on.
Okay, so moving on to the next case.
I'm gonna reset this, and then I get to go on my tangent.
All right.
Right?
Right.
My
yes.
tangent.
You can go on your tangent, and this is about the nun who gave birth and had no idea that she was pregnant.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to go back just so I make sure that I have her order right. A Salvadorian nun, which means that she... I don't remember everything about the Salvadorian order, but I do know, basically, she claimed that she had no idea she was pregnant before giving birth to a bouncing baby boy that she named Francis after the Pope because she herself was Latin American, I do believe Argentinian, if I remember correctly. Her fellow nuns said they were very surprised. She belonged to the Little Disciples of Jesus convent in Rieti, which is in Italy, kind of a little bit outside of Vatican City. But I'm sorry, she named him Francesco, which is Francis, of course. But here's my thing. Point 1. Don't know how you got pregnant? Please. Point 2. Everybody's wanting to complain that the other nuns didn't know she was pregnant. Nuns wear really baggy clothes. She could have hidden that. I'm sorry. And point 3. They did some research. Well, and it's not in this particular article, so we will try to find another article that talks with this particular priest and post it too. But the priest of one of the nearby churches that worked with this particular convent had done some research and found out that right before taking her final vows, when she went back home to South America, she had spent time hanging around her high school sweetheart before returning to Italy and taking her vows and living in cloister, which was about 10 months before she gave birth. Let's do the simple fucking math. So here's my issue. My issue with this is why people hate Catholics. This is why we look dumb. We look dumb because we pull crap like this. And the thing about it that really, chaps my hide, for lack of any better term, and makes me want some nicotine really, really bad right now, except Rachel and I were dumb and left all our nicotine in the other room.
I know, right? I can sneak off.
So the thing that really irks me about this and makes me want to chain smoke and drink whiskey like the good old Irish girl that I am is this. And that's the fact that not only are we going to claim Immaculate Conception, which quite frankly I will even go so far as to be the Catholic that says that Immaculate Conception is entirely plausibly not possible. Joseph really could have been the dad. We don't have any historical proof. I believe that because it's easier to believe that than to spend all this time thinking about it and trying to find actual historical scientific research. But logic-based enough. So, Immaculate Conception, really? And then thinking that she was still going to get to be a nun and not get kicked out of her convent and her order. Oh my God.
Well, I don't know.
That's like saying I'm going to steal out of the till at work.
Maybe she could have fooled the other nuns, but she would have had to take a bath at some point. She would have noticed weight gain to a degree, some weight gain. She would have maybe noticed a small belly,
right.
Because some people do not get gargantuan. Some people manage to have a small belly. Depends on the weight of the baby and stuff like that.
Well, and it says, they give no description of her in any article I can find, but it says that the baby boy was 7.7 pounds. So he was almost, he was an average size baby.
Possibly she could have hidden it from the other sisters. But I don't think she didn't know. I think she knew.
Come on. For Pete's sake,
however,
she was 31 years old, so she's the same age as me, so she obviously hasn't gone through menopause yet.
Right.
So you would notice if you're not getting your menstrual cycle.
That too.
I'm sorry. You're gaining weight, you're not getting your menstrual cycle, you're hungry all the time, you feel weird, you feel off, and yes, you can play that off probably to the other nuns, and the other nuns might have just thought that she had some stomach condition, or God knows what. But to claim that you had no idea you were pregnant?
Well, and I haven't found any articles that have the nun saying that she was acting weird. She might have stuck with the food that they were all eating anyways, just the regular meals. I don't know. They don't. A lot of the articles do not give much descriptions as to her pregnancy while she was in the convent. Now, obviously, she's not in the convent anymore because she gave birth. She did not remain chaste.
Right. Well, and I mean, there are cases, and I did go look this up just so we had cross-reference.
Yeah.
There are cases of women not knowing they're pregnant at all. However, those women were in situations where either A, there was a pre-existing physical condition, and I mean like chronic physical condition, like diabetes or something, that didn't allow them to realize that their body feeling off was pregnancy and not some other issue.
They thought maybe they just had low blood pressure.
Right. Or B, there were some instances of some heavier set women not realizing they were pregnant until they were actually in labor just because they didn't notice. They didn't notice. But in all of those instances, it's the fact that she claimed she didn't know she was pregnant and claimed that she had no idea of knowing how she could have gotten pregnant that I don't buy. Because, like, even I was unable to find a scientific case in where the woman did not at least go, oh, so the fact that my husband and I were continuing to have sex even though I just started a new birth control, we still got pregnant and I didn't notice it. Or, you know, there was never I just don't know, it just magically appeared, it's a baby and it's 7.7 pounds and I'm going to name it after the Pope and I have no idea how I got pregnant. It's that part that I'm like, just irks me to no end. No end. The I don't know how I got pregnant, not the oops, I didn't know I was pregnant. Because, again, there have been plenty of scientific cases of I didn't know I was pregnant, but never I didn't know I was pregnant and I don't know how I got pregnant.
Yeah. I guess when she asked her boyfriend if he had protection, he said, none!
Oh, God. Here they go.
But, no, that's my last one. I only came up with 3, and I already did the first 2.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, you have 30 seconds.
I have 30 seconds.
Before you want me to watch this video and warp my little mind.
Well, do we do that, or do you just want to talk about that crocoduck? Like, your reaction to that and me going, this is the thing. Or would you like to see the Banana Man?
What?
The Banana Man Ray Comfort. The atheist nightmare.
Banana Man Ray Comfort.
Alright. So let's do a moderate introduction to fundamentalism. Hand me that beautiful beam footage, aka remote control. That made absolutely no sense. I'm good with words. Here we go. Okay. And I will provide the link to the video that she will be reacting to in the description below.
Consequently, before we started seeing the man's face, this man was in the video she showed me earlier, which we will also provide a link to that we referenced, which is the crocoduck.
Yes, we will provide the link to it as well. Okay, so Ray Comfort is from Australia, if I remember right. He is a fundamentalist Christian who does a lot of the watchmaker arguments, or, you know, we know a painting has a painter, so there has to be a creator for a creation. And
Mine's dead. Hand me yours.
Okay. And he has no proper understanding of evolution. He has had evolution properly explained to him several times by several people, and I think he's just ignoring them so he can continue doing his thing. I don't think he really believes. I think he's stuck in that position of he has to believe. That is my idea of him. But okay. So that's how I feel about the Ray Comfort Banana Man guy. And
so now for the next minute and 5 seconds, watch me react to
Atheist Nightmare.
Behold, the Atheist's Nightmare. Now, if you study a well-made banana, you'll find on the far side, directly ridges. On the close side, two.
Oh, great. It's got Kirk Cameron in it again. You know it's got to be legit.
There are 3 glues on the close side, 2 glues. The banana and the hand are perfectly made.
Oh, yeah, baby, insert that banana.
You find that nature of the banana, Almighty God has made it with a non-slip.
I can't even pay attention to what he's saying. It looks like a really bad sex ed instructional video.
Now, if you go to the top of the banana, you'll find it with a contents don't squirt in your face. You'll find
Oh my god!
readable has took away
The contents don't squirt in your face, really?
Notice there's a point at the top for ease of entry, just the right shape for the human mouth. It's chewy, easy to digest. There's even curves towards the face to make the whole process so much
He just made O-face at a banana.
creation testifies to the genius of God's creative hand. It absolutely does.
Alright, so first of all, he actually had to kind of apologize and retract the video as well because he was then shown what wild bananas look like, and they are not that. The yellow banana that we all get at the grocery store has been cultivated by man to make it the phallic symbol that it is now and makes that video hilarious.
So wrong. So that really does. It reminds me of growing up as that kid in the 90s that I am, and they would teach us how to put condoms on by giving us bananas in class on a stick.
My gosh, it's hilarious. Yes,
And with the fact that he talked about it being mouth shaped. Oh, I'm having flashbacks. I'm having flashbacks to learning how to put a condom on a dick with my mouth on a banana in front of a bunch of other people in junior high school because the United States was wrong during the No Child Left Behind series.
but what do you think? Do you think this really is a challenge to atheists?
No. No. How is that a challenge to... That's not even a challenge to breakfast. That's a never-ending gay joke, is what that is. There is no foundation, even biblically, behind that. There is no point to that, except to have a never-ending gay gag. I mean,
my God.
I'm surprised SNL didn't spoof it and have somebody dressed up like him actually, like, giving the fucking thing a blowjob.
Now, at some point, I am going to have to search and see if someone put, like, a porn soundtrack behind it. Like, you know, oh yeah.
It reminds me of clips I've seen of scary children's shows from the 70s from various other countries, including one from England where they talk about how they just want to bang away at each other all day, and can they play with Sherry's maracas? I mean...
Yes. Now, you may wonder why I'm torturing her with this. Now, Lore does have a better idea, but there are a lot of really nice, really reasonable, very logical thinking, except for the God box part, Christians out there who really don't know what the cray-cray side are saying, and they'll try to be their shield without knowing how illogical, how wrong, how unscientific these people are. And these people are trying to get their hooks into our science, well, if they don't already have them, into science boards, into classrooms. That's why we're having that intelligent design issue in schools.
Well, you know, and the thing is that, you know, not to toot the own horn, but, or whatever, but the thing that has been said is that the most successful teaching of both sides has been happening in Catholic schools because they take regular science class that covers evolution and everything else that every other child learns alongside catechism, which thus, to me, having had several friends whose teenagers have decided not to become Catholic and their parents, while sad, are okay with that, are happy that they're making that adult decision on their own, having learned both sides side by side in school.
Yeah, but the problem is that they want this intelligent design to be in the science classroom.
No.
Not to have a religions course in public schools, which is okay. That is absolutely legal.
That's the wiser decision. The wiser decision is to just do that, or take your kids to church and take them to Sunday school.
Sunday school. Or, depending on the sect of Christianity that you're in, you're there almost every day out of the week. Like, you're there 3 days a week or whatever. It's like, it doesn't need to be in public schools. Now, world religions course, I'm okay with. I had that in college, and I absolutely loved it.
I don't think that it needs to be taught at the under levels, though.
Yeah.
Again, that should be a foundation of faith passed on from parent to child by taking them to church and allowing the church to make those arguments, not put it in the schools.
Yeah, but their issue is that there's a lot of churches that are younger creationists, and they say that evolution is completely wrong, there's no evidence, and bloody, 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 blah.
Where the fuck do they get that?
The Bible.
Dear God.
The Bible. That's what they say. But these are people who really don't have a proper understanding of science.
It's been proven. Even the Jews say that the Torah, which is very similar to the Old Testament in a lot of its fundamental stories, that stories, keyword stories, they're there to teach us how to think as Christians and how to live our lives as good Christians, not that we have any actual positive proof that any of that shit ever happened. That's like saying...
Yeah, but they're
no.
literalists on stuff they like.
This is real. I can see it, I can feel it, I can touch it.
Yes, but no one's ever witnessed evolution. Now, there are some that accept microevolution, the small changes like dog breeds, how our wisdom teeth, the appendix, but macroevolution did not happen. It never happened in the universe. Because they understand that it's taking the concept of the microevolution, but the thing is that it's just taking longer. It's taking longer. But, so yeah, this is the thing that's happening. And so I do want to make people aware that people are saying these things. Now, you can discuss them. If there's a comment war that's going to start, I do wish that you all would remain polite about it. No yelling, no calling each other unnecessary names.
We mean it.
Yeah. I can at least put the warning out there, sweetie. He just said, yeah, that's going to be effective. Prove him wrong! I believe in you!
All 3 people watching it will have no doubt.
You don't know!
You know what? Go away, John. This is our show, not yours. Go away.
It's going to be mine before it's over. Just you wait.
This is why next time we'll be smart enough to wait until he's at work.
Yeah, or napping.
Or masturbating.
Or whatever he's doing. Whichever. Alright, so...
Subscribe, like, comment, all that shit. That's all I have to say.
Alright, so this was LARP for February. Have a wonderful evening, and we love you all.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.